Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. I saw Ticket's video. Saw some other videos, and I was gonna do a video to this um yesterday, but I was a little out of it. Worked a lot of hours yesterday, but I'm gonna give my own interpretation of the Josh Brown situation, how the NFL handled it, Roger Goodell, the media, everybody. I'm gonna give my take on everybody pretty much. Now, a couple of days ago, um, Saturday night going into Sunday, I was listening to ESPN radio. Don't recall who I was listening to, but the people were talking about this situation. As you know, Josh Brown did not make the trip. I think to London. Um, I think he's been put on. I forgot. I know he's been suspended or whatever. But anyway, it was funny. These guys were making every excuse in the book on why you know he only got one game versus other people. They were basically dancing around the situation. You know, doing what they doing now. See, what they're trying to do is they trying to find an angle instead of them saying racism. So now they trying to use favoritism because see now it looks bad on the NFL because once again Roger Goodell comes across looking as a shady character. So now what they're trying to say is, oh, it's just because they're buddies. And see, that's the new thing that the NFL ownership came up with, because based off this stuff with Colin Kaepernick, once again, they don't want to talk about racism, but it clearly looks at Josh Brown as a recipient of white privilege, and he is. And see, now they trying to give these people an angle or a talking point when you argue against whether it was racism. Oh, no, it didn't have nothing to do with racism. It is because Roger Goodell and the owner are buddies. Well, racism and favoritism when it comes to the NFL is the same thing to me. Now, I agree with Ticket that Roger Goodell, he needs to go because he dropped the ball big time. Too much evidence, too much evidence to support that Josh Brown should have been suspended at least 6 games. And don't come on here with that shit. Well, they had Ray Rice on video, and that's why they don't come with that shit. You guys wasting your time. I ain't trying to hear nothing that you got to say. So don't come on here with that. Oh, it's because they're buddies and race didn't play a role in this, because you idiots can't dumb me down. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't care what you white people think. My beliefs is my beliefs. This was white privilege at its finest, and the media covered up for it. And the media covered up the story. They tried to cover it up, but too much evidence came out to support that this dude was beating the shit out of his wife, or at least getting to multiple incidents with her. So you can save that race don't play a role in this shit, because that's the problem with you white people. Y'all think y'all can just come and tell black people, well, it is this because we say so, and then this gospel. Nah, fuck that. Now, as far as the media go, the media should have been on this more than what they really was. They wanted this to go away, and the media showed their hand too. See, it's only news, you know, it's only big news when black people are doing it. Now, I want to see is all. I want to see if all these feminist groups and women groups gonna come after Josh Brown and the Giants organization, because now the spotlight has been put on them, because most of the time they love coming after black guys. All these feminist groups, and people still harassing Michael Vick about the dog shit when he signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, saying he shouldn't play. Well, Josh Brown shouldn't play. Ray Rice shouldn't play. you know, if that's the case. So I don't want to hear that shit. Now, let me get back to the media. Now they have no choice but to talk about it because, this story is blowing up. And once again, the media has showed their hand. And the media is coming across as looking as racist. Now, I heard Tickets give props to Carrie Champion for bringing this up. I'm not giving Carrie Champion props. Fuck that bitch. You know why? Because she didn't go off and she didn't talk with the same malice and hatred that she had towards Floyd Mayweather. Because she still was just talking about it. She wasn't going off and you didn't see the anger in her voice like she had towards Floyd Mayweather, which we all know Carrie Champion is a black man hater. But nevertheless, I'm not giving her props. The only reason why she started talking about it is because the pressure. These people are watching what's going on social media and watching YouTube videos, and they probably told Carrie Champion, like, look, people are starting to get on you, and they're starting to, say, hey, why you just attacking Floyd and you not attacking Josh Brown? So she had no choice but to bring it up because people are still forgetting about the big question. The same malice and hatred and anger she had towards Floyd Mayweather, she should have had it towards those white boy MMA fighters who was beating down their spouse, beating them down, raping them, attacking their girlfriends or ex-girlfriends, current boyfriend and shit. So she should have had that same anger. But she didn't. So fuck Carrie Champion. Roger Goodell has just showed how inconsistent he has been ever since he took over as commissioner a while back. I don't know how long he's been in power. It's been a while now. Maybe I think Roger Goodell took over maybe 10, 11, 12 years ago for Paul Tagliabue. Roger Goodell wanted to come in here and develop this reputation as law and order, that he was going to be laying his grooming hand down on people that got out of line, and he's been inconsistent as hell. Inconsistent as hell. And that's all it comes down to. He's made too many mistakes, too many errors. His judgment has not been there in certain situations. He's clearly, blatantly shown favoritism. So it is what it is, man. I'm not trying to hear this shit about race didn't play a role in this shit. Of course, these coon ass NFL players and then these white NFL owners, which every NFL owner is white. They don't want to talk about racism and shit. We already know the NFL is a good old boy league. And most of these owners are racist anyway. And they consider these dudes as slaves and shit. And consider them their boys. How many times have you ever heard these owners refer to their ball players as men? Exactly. They have the slave master mentality. And a lot of these NFL owners literally think they own these black dudes in the NFL. So it is what it is, man. I just had to keep it 100 on that shit, man. I ain't trying to hear nothing that Roger Goodell got to say. I ain't trying to hear nothing that these NFL owners saying, because like I said, man, I'm tired of these motherfuckers trying to dumb us down, man, and trying to insult our intelligence, man. Because, like I said, a lot of people got special privileges while they played in that league. Brent Favre was the number one recipient of white privilege. The shit that Brent Favre used to get away with, dressing in different locker rooms and all that type of shit. I mean, it is what it is, but what you expect from a league where, 100% of the owners are white. You should expect this type of shit. White people love to try to pretend that they call shit right down the middle and that that they're fair to everybody. We know this is blatant bullshit. So just wanted to get that out there. I'm out.